Thanks for tuning in to the Spano podcast. Today we have a very special guest, Mr. Federico Castellucci, also known as Furio, from the HBO show The Sopranos. What's the best advice that you've ever received, and who gave it to you?
Hey Ryan, what's up? So, thank you for this request, because normally I get requests for birthdays and different events and things like that. But this was a very interesting kind of questionnaire kind of request. You asked, what's the best advice you've ever received, and who gave it to you? Well, I don't know if you know this, but I started off as a painter. I've been painting my entire life, really, and I studied on full scholarship to the School of Visual Arts. And back then, I had many inspirations. I had a lot of people that I looked at and was inspired by. One I became very, very close with. His name was Bernie Ledick. He was a painter first and an illustrator. Well, I studied illustration during that time, and one day, we had lunch, and I was talking to him, and I wanted to kind of let him know that I was really into illustrating and wanted to be the best illustrator out there. I was only I think 22 years old at the time, and he looked at me. He says, you're going to go way beyond just this field. And I didn't understand it back then, but I understood it later on in life. He saw something in me that was maybe a spark or something like that, sparkle, that said you're going for greater things. But one of the things that he did tell me was, he said, study nature. And those are principles that apply to painting and also acting, studying natural things, and especially in the style that I paint in, which is realism or naturalism. It really lends itself to understanding the balance of nature and incorporating that in your work. And so in acting, it's the same thing. It's studying human nature and sort of trying to mimic it or trying to apply it to the characters that you're working on. So that was one of the things that I've never forgotten and always kept with me from one of my great mentors, Bernie Ledick. What was one of your favorite moments working on The Sopranos? Well, I had many favorite moments. I loved working in Italy, on when they actually find my character, but we shot that out of sequence. So my most favorite memory from The Sopranos is the first time I was ever on the set of The Sopranos, and that was in an episode called Big Girls Don't Cry in the second season, beginning of the second season. So the reason why that was most memorable is because Furio, the character, was proving himself to Tony Soprano, and Federico, the actor, was proving himself to the Sopranos production. It was a special night. I remember it was like 3 or 3:30 in the morning, and I did that one opening scene in one take, and I think that everyone kind of remembered that. Man, life is great. It's I feel very fortunate to be able to live my life as an artist and as an actor and doing things that I love to do. If you're doing stuff that you love to do, man, it's never work. So I've been directing since 2006, writing and directing, and I love it. I have a film that I'm very proud of, a feature film called The Brooklyn Banker. It's a great film. I'm particular to I don't want to pat myself on the back, but I love that film. If you get a chance, check it out. It's on Amazon. So I'm painting still painting what I love to paint, some still life and some portraits and things. And what else? So I collect. I'm a collector of 17th century Baroque paintings, which give me inspiration as well for my own work. And just reading scripts and novels, that kind of thing. Any encouraging words or thoughts? I'm not sure if you're an actor or trying to be an actor, but my advice is, even in any field that you're in, is really get to know and be prepared on what you're going to be doing. So if it's acting, get into some classes, get into some theater classes, maybe even do some theater, and understand what it is to create a character over a 6-week span, and then sort of go on that tightrope on that stage alone, and do your thing. It's a scary place to be, but sometimes the best work comes out of that scary part within you, and so always know your stuff, know your lines, and come in prepared. And that's about it. All right. And you say, thank you, your friend Ryan Spano. Well, thank you, your friend Federico Castelluccio. Take care, man.